In Memphis, nothing comes easy, and that's exactly how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and Pink Beetles. In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem. Bluff City Media presents The Anthony Sain Show with your host, Anthony Sain. Now, let's get to the show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Anthony Sain Show. This is, of course, your host, Anthony Sain. I'm out here in beautiful Whitehaven, Tennessee, man. I look outside my window. I see Horn Lake, Mississippi. We are in the suburbs of Horn Lake, Mississippi, out here in Whitehaven, Tennessee. I had to switch it up, kid. I had too many people thinking I live in Horn Lake. I don't live in no goddamn Horn Lake, man.
You live in, it's like 1 foot in Horn Lake, 1 foot out of Horn Lake.
I live in the Haven. Don't live in no damn Horn Lake, Mississippi, man. Kenny joins us from beautiful, and intentionally. It ain't beautiful by accident, man. It's beautiful because of a very intentional initiative that is going forth in the Colleyville community out there. It's called the Scare Bros Initiative. I did not say Scarecrows. I said Scare Bros because their goal is to scare black people out of the neighborhood by using common everyday things you can find around the house, like a Confederate flag.
It is true, Jason. It is true.
Jason's like, what have I walked into? But no, Kenny's neighbor has a Confederate flag hanging from his house. And Kenny confronted him about it. His neighbor said, just to keep the bad people out of the neighborhood. Like,
Literally.
Hey, who am I to judge, right?
Who are we to judge? It's all about hair. It's about
does it work or does it not work, man? Does it work?
There ain't no black people in our neighborhood. I'll say that.
It's clearly that brother's methods are working. So, so sad, man. I, of course, was joined by the legendary, the great Jason Smith, one of my good friends, one of my brothers, one of my mentors. He is the host of the Jason and John Show that you can hear every day, Monday through Friday on 92.9 FM ESPN. He is also one of the co-hosts for a show that I am a regular contributor to, Grizz Beat on Grind City Media, which you can hear every Wednesday. You can watch every Wednesday at 2 p.m. He joins us now. He does not realize this, but he is non-contractually obligated to do this show every Friday at 1 o'clock p.m. So tune in to see Jason Smith, mainly because we about to run out of shit to talk about. So I need to have a different voice on to talk about some of the things that are not happening in the world of sports here locally. Me and Kenny joked yesterday, Jason, about how Grind City Media has been around for 3 years. And I haven't been in it.
Bluff City Media.
I'm sorry, brother. When I was saying it, I said, am I saying the right one? The answer is no. Bluff City Media has been around for 3 years. And we said that we have not covered a playoff or a tournament run at all. Like
Wow.
we haven't covered the Grizzlies looking like anything in the playoffs or the Tigers doing anything in the tournament.
Wow.
In our 3 years of existence, we haven't covered any postseason, right? That's one of those things. We are, of course, brought to you guys powered by the good people at FanDuel Sportsbook. They may owe the Memphis Grizzlies some money, but they do not owe us a dime. They have paid me, and I've also been paying them back. But I stopped, Jason. I stopped betting I'm not betting until the playoffs because I've had too many heartbreaker bets, man. But Jason Smith joins us now. We do got some money for you guys later on via the good people at FanDuel. But Jason, let's get into it. Something I've heard you guys talk about the other day. I was cut on the show the other day, and I heard Brad Carson, who's the producer of the show, and he had like these weird, to me, weird thoughts on tanking, right? So I was like, and y'all were like, Brad, like this isn't a March 12th conversation, man.
Exactly. Did you just realize what this team's doing? Right. He seemed extremely disappointed.
Yeah, man, for real, man.
The other night.
Yeah, and I'm like, and I go on Twitter and I read Molly Morrison's article. Shout out to my friend Molly Morrison with The Athletic, I believe, who she writes for. And all the, I'm seeing that, and I'm seeing the responses to that on Twitter and things that people are saying. And I'm like, I'm not happy about this season. And I said this on your show as well, man. I'm like, man, but for me, man, the season ended October 31st in the locker room when I saw Ja was not on the same page with whatever direction the coaching was going in, right? Mm-hmm. And I got behind it like, oh, maybe he shouldn't be, maybe, Coach Eastlow doesn't know what he's doing. And I was listening to this system doesn't work for stars, and that's why Jaren's bad. And I'm like, all right, that sounds convenient. That don't sound like a real thing. Like, I've never heard of a situation where a really good basketball player just literally looks like crap in a system, right? And then as time went on, we talked about this in a group chat last night. I'm just kind of over all of it, man. It's like, these guys are either good or they're not, man. I'm not going to give a coach that much power in today's NBA, right, or that much authority. But that's another conversation. But sticking to the whole thing about the whole tanking thing, right? Why are so many? Is this real? Because shout out to Brad Carson, the producer of the Jason and John show. I was having a conversation with him one time, and he talked about something being the loud minority. And it was a concept that I had never really put much thought into, right? Mm-hmm. He said you have to be careful with online noise because when you see people doing these things on Twitter or saying these things on Twitter, that doesn't particularly mean that that's what most people think. Those people are just loud. Most of the time, the majority is not loud at all. They know they're on the right side of something, so they stand on it and they go about their normal lives. But people, the loud minority, loves to hoop and holler and do these things to make it seem like they're the majority when they're actually not. Is that what's going on here? Because I'm like, there can't be this many people who are against tanking or don't really understand where this organization is right now. So what are your thoughts on that? Is how do we get here, bro?
I'm with you that, listen, and we've turned it to a point, we flipped it where we're celebrating wins, and I can understand people not wanting to take it to that level.
Celebrating losses, you mean?
Celebrating losses, yeah. They feel like so much like wins these days with 6 in a row. They're celebrating losses. But I'm not going to fault anybody that's having a hard time with this. Now, Brad seemed to be coming around a little late. And I think part of that was a bit because Lord knows John and I have been celebrating these losses for a while, and he's been around for that. He saw Ty Jerome, he thought wanting to win a game, before he got ejected in that one. And when you see players still giving effort, I get, especially on nights where it's close, want to go ahead and pull through that win, especially if you're down there. I mean, that's the thing, whether it's kids, you're taking your kids down there. I remember, when I was taking Chris down there on a regular basis, much younger, his thing was the streamers. So you're not getting those. We get it. And I understand where Molly's coming from, just sort of checking out. There have been others that say, in the media that have said how hard this is to watch. The difference for me is that there is this incentive in doing so that I can focus completely on while all this bad basketball is going on, while guys are only playing 25 minutes. And that's having the highest pick in this draft possible. Like we have literally seen, drafts produce guys like Ja Morant, and you saw the change in era it then created for the Grizzlies. And there is that hope that with potentially 2 picks, it's still potentially 2 lottery picks, but definitely 2 first-round picks, that you can start to change the era again. And so it's really just in the hopes for the future that I can, maybe overly sometimes, but definitely get down with this losing. But what I'm not going to do, Sain, is fault anybody that's, trying, that it, especially whether it's individually or whether it's a player, if you're rooting for wins, I'm not going to fault you. My point would be, what's going to come out of that? Because again, I'd point to last season. I know it certainly wasn't the situation we had here, but when you ended up getting through that play-in, what'd you get? You get a sweep by OKC, whereas Dallas loses in that play-in, and I'm certainly not to. They jump up to 1, and they now have a new era post Luka Doncic after that foolish trade. It's the Cooper Flag era. So that's what excites me, and that's why I can focus on it and not have any problem with what's going on the court. Not feel like it's gotten so ugly to a point that I feel bad about the losing. Here's the one thing I would say, saying to sort of bottom line it, I do not believe you are creating a losing culture. That's the other big argument you hear about, quote unquote, tanking. If anybody's doing this in an ethical way and staying competitive for a little while, it's the Grizzlies. You certainly got 7-8 teams that are doing this in a way that's, at least 2 that have been fine. So I'm fine with it because of what's on the other side potentially. And but I'm not angry with folks that are trying to, hold on and juice this thing for every little win, especially if you got season tickets, you're going down there and you got kids and you want to see streamers. Yeah.
And I see, and like I said, I'm not a consumer. I've said that on the show several times. I do not buy tickets to these games. I can't relate to that. It seems like a really bad investment for me. Like buying season tickets feels like a really bad investment if I was to do that, because I can't see myself going to 41 games in a year. I feel like I would be throwing away more tickets or giving away more tickets than anything. Even if I was to purchase season tickets, I could not see myself getting up and going to a Grizzlies game on a random Tuesday afternoon, a Tuesday evening. Like it wouldn't be part of my lifestyle, so I can't relate to it. So for that instance, I do understand it. But then I'm also like, okay, but don't you want the best quality product going forward? Like, don't you want to see a possibly a top level player out there with this talent that we have? But something that I also want to speak on with the whole tanking thing is a lot of people say, I hope they get their top 4 pick, because if not, this is a disaster and it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth taking or whatever. And I'm like, that's not how this works, man. Because I'm like, even if the Grizzlies don't get bumped into the top 4, or they don't get one of the, the big 3 or the big 4 guys, or A-Cup, or you don't get whoever your guy is, right? Give me the guy that I take at 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, as opposed to the guy at 14th. I mean, it's just simple math. Like, give me the best pick possible, even if it's not 1, 2, 3, or 4. Like, I want whatever the best pick available to me is, man. So I really don't get that logic at all, man. Like, and it's like the guys that we're, and I'm not doing this to bash fans or whatever, but the guys that we're doing the most crying and belly aching about, the John Morants, the Jaren Jackson Jr., we didn't draft those dudes at 18. We didn't draft them with a consolation pick for making the play in. We drafted John at number 2. We drafted Jaren at 4. In seasons that we did take, you know what I mean? We might not have tanked the entire season, but there was a time where they said, okay, let's throw in the red flag and white flag. I mean, let's go get the best pick available. And I heard Chris Wallace say things like, we wanted to get, to a certain spot I remember these things, right? And also, do you share the sentiment that I have of that this cupboard is not bare? Like, I've seen, like we talked about the rebuild when we had Jaren and we were tanking again to get Ja, right? We talked about how that season sucked because it's like, okay, none of these dudes are even going to be here next year, right? You had what was the guy's name? He ended up going to the Lakers. Good God, he was a shooting guard. He's a real good defender, wasn't that good of a scorer. Light-skinned guy, had a really low haircut. He was playing for the Grizzlies that year.
Avery Bradley.
Avery Bradley was on that team, right? You know what I mean? It's like, bro, like there's no point in any of that. But when I look out there and I see what Ty Jerome is or could be if he comes back next year. I see Cedric Coward. I saw glimpses of Zach Edey, who'll be back next year, right? I saw Jalen Wells, Gigi Jackson, even these new guys, Taylor Hendricks, Omax. I see guys who I think could be Cam Spencer, guys who I think could be NBA rotation players, right? And we've been talking about this all this week. It's like with the guys we've got left that are in the cupboard, you add a lead guard, or you get John Morant back engaged, or you get Zach Edey as your big man. You go get another big man as a reserve or occasional starter or whatever. Like, this team isn't a bad team, bro. Like, it just seems like, I don't know, man. It's just too much. It's just, I'm like, I just don't see this the way other people are seeing it.
I don't think it's bare, Sain. I think if the argument is they lack stars after moving on from Jaren, definite 1 and 2 type guys that you build around, right? Because we were watching Cedric Coward for a little while there and wondering if he could grow into something like that. If that's the argument, then I understand it. But no, the cupboard is not close, not even close to bare. You've got some dudes on this team, and look at OKC, look at the deepest teams in the league. There's dudes top to bottom. OKC's probably got a second starting 5 on that bench, and so that's what you're trying to do.
You gotta have that dude, or you gotta have
that dude. Yep.
He might be SGA, but you gotta have that guy. You gotta have a guy that comes in. Yeah,
you absolutely do. And here's the thing about this draft: I think there's more than just the top 4. There's a potential to even get a guy like that, whether it's a 1 or whether there's a 2, even in that 5 to 10 range. If a guy like Nate Ament drops, if a guy, with that second pick, if you can get a LeBaron Philon, like there's still a possibility you can address both. Maybe they're not the 1-2, but maybe they're close to it or good enough that they can develop into it. I think the reason I'm excited about this draft is because you've got some good bigs there at the top, and you've got some good lead guards. The Grizzlies have, I feel like, 2 key needs there, whether it's a power forward or a big, you want to make them a power forward, center, whatever it is. I think you need that, and I think you need that lead guard. Even if you are keeping Ja Morant for the time being, Sain, I still like the idea of going out and getting another lead guard. Michael Brown is a guy that ESPN had mocked to the Grizzlies at 8. He's got some, he's got some back concerns, some injury concerns. You certainly want to look at the medicals, but he's 6'5". Some have written that he's going to be a guy that out of this draft averages the most assists per game. Maybe a guy that comes in the league averaging 9 assists and he can shoot the ball. It's a 6'5" playmaker at the top that could be one of those guys that you might get somewhere around 8. So it's not you better make the top 4 or bust. It's not hey, if we don't make the top 4, this tanking wasn't worth it. There's a way to come out of this draft with 2 guys out of that first round. And we know also, and we can't rule this out, Zach Kleiman loves to move up. Now, the price is going to be a lot higher to move up this season, this kind of draft, but Zach has shown us that he will move up to get his guy. So saying I don't think the cupboard's bare, and I think that's what's exciting about it. Whether it's 2, whether it's 3 guys, and yes, they've got to be the dudes. You're not that, you don't have to be that far off, because I think you found some value here, whether it's the J.P. Jacksons, the Cam Spencers, the Ty Jerome you mentioned, that it could be so valuable for you next year on a team that's got a fuller, more real roster. I think the cupboard, I won't say solidly built yet, but there's absolutely some value and some pieces in there that look like part of something could be special, so long as you get the right things out of this draft.
I got a question for you real quick, Anthony. Jason, clear this up. Well, let's talk about the cupboard for a second. All right.
The cupboard.
Because this dude right in the middle here, me and him are fighting. We've been in a fight for like the last however long. Clear up Jaylen Wells for us.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at something unrelated. Go ahead.
Vote for us. Is Jaylen Wells a part of this cupboard? What are your thoughts on Jaylen Wells' future with the Memphis Grizzlies? Where are you at with him?
I like Jaylen Wells as a rotation piece, but as a reserve rotation piece. I like Jaylen Wells as a guy who can defend a couple of positions, and he certainly was thrown in the fire when he first got there. And that can also knock down that corner 3. I see him as a 3-and-D rotation piece, but I would like to have a higher end starter, whether that's Jaylen at small forward, whatever it is. I can see Jaylen Wells as a part of this rotation, but as a reserve part of this rotation, one of those guys that's coming in for you for stretches, giving you energy, and that can defend. That's how I see him. Maybe he ends up growing into more than that. I'll give the young man credit. He's added to his bag, and frankly, there were a lot of guys that doubted whether or not he could play in this league, and so. But I do think there's a ceiling on him, and for me, he's a reserve piece, but a rotation piece. That's where I'm at on Jaylen Wells. Who am I closer to, Kenny or Sain on that?
You probably closer to me, because here's my thing. I'll say what has Kenny ticked off. We had this conversation. Put the graphic up, Kenny.
I'm gonna put the graphic up.
Put the graphic up.
It's gonna cover me, but I'm gonna.
Yeah, get him out of here, man.
Get me out of here
real fast. We're gonna get out of here real fast. We had a show about the wings, and I call it the 6-pack, right?
Okay.
Six piece whole wings, right? So I put that up, and I talked about how, regardless of how the season is looking, I don't think we've had a better crop of young, versatile, 6'6" and up wings on this team with super long arms, can dribble passes, shoot a little bit, defend, versatile, all those things, right? Like I talked about that, and I want to put the graphic up just so we can see the guys.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
Give me a second.
But But I told Kenny, out of the list of guys that we have, I want to see the graphics so we can just like in the moment look at it.
Here it is.
I don't want to just talk about. Here it comes.
Hold
on, Jason. Hold tight. All right, Jason's back. All right, now here go my guys. These are the 6 guys, right? And he said if I were to move off of one, if I had to get rid of one, what would I do? And I said Jaylen Wells. And I laughed when I said it. So Kenny thought everybody took to this like I was saying he's ass. It's not just that it's not that I'm saying he's a bad player. I think he's a good player. I think he'll be a good. If you got a Jaylen Wells coming off your bench, you're in a very good place, right?
I agree.
But I said I would move off of Jaylen because Jaylen has more trade value than any of these dudes outside of Sain, who I'm not trading, right? If I'm talking about a movable contract where I can move a guy on his own and get a piece back that can come in and play, it would be Jaylen Wells. That's all I really meant by it. Because I think that because I even have Rupert ahead of him because I think Rupert has more in his bag. I think he just got more in his bag, bro. Jaylen is limited athletic, and I think Jaylen's a good player. But I would trade Jaylen just because I think he has actual trade value.
His value. I wouldn't argue that.
Yeah,
probably
that's the only point I had with that whole thing. I think that Jaylen is probably the third best player in this echelon. I think he's probably the third best guy. But because of that, I would move him because I think that I could get a lot from these other guys, the Taylor Hendricks, the Omax, and the Rupert, and I could get an actual player who can come in and play at another position for Jaylen Wells. That was really my only.
The point I would agree is that you have a depth at that position that now makes Jaylen Wells expendable. You know, if it's involved in a trade that's bringing in something, you like what else you have at that position. But individually, I trust him. You know, Rupert is intriguing. I'd need to see it for longer. But individually, I trust what Jaylen Wells brings to the table. If I'm identifying him as a piece going forward, and I like his value. But I agree with you. Other teams would love his value as well.
Yeah, I would move off him just for that reason.
Well, I'm ready to keep good players on this team. Like I don't want to always get rid of that.
Now, if he's involved in something that's bringing you in a good player, then because you've got so many wings and you're addressing another position, you'd probably be down for that candidate.
And I also said I wouldn't.
I
wouldn't get rid of none of those dudes. Like I want all 6 of those dudes on my team next year
because that's what a championship team looks like.
Yeah, having got a bunch of those type of dudes.
They do. That's the dudes.
And they don't always have a name because I can't name most of them dudes to play OKC, but they be busting our ass.
All of them.
They bust everybody's ass. I can't name
the dude with the little weird hair in the back. Like what's his name? I don't even know his name. Just weird looking dude. Bad body looking at.
They keep coming.
They got
McCain.
They got the Timu Wiggins kid who ain't related to the actual Wiggins kid.
Are they not related?
They're not related at all, bro. I thought they was his little brother or something. They're not even related, bro. They got him. They got Isaiah Joe. And I don't
AJ.
Oh yeah, you tell me, bro. I don't know who they got. They be busting your ass. That's all I can tell you.
Yep. Loaded.
Tired of it. I'm ready to bring back LaRavia, man. Like, what are we talking about?
Oh yeah, I'm good. Because Jake ain't did shit outside that game he had against us, man.
He had that one game.
Oh man,
that's.
But yeah, what was I about to say? Oh, you mentioned Ty Jerome earlier, right? You mentioned Ty Jerome. I don't think he's a long-term piece, but I think he would be the perfect guy until you get that guy. Let's say you're looking at this draft, right? A Cup's gone, all the guards you want are gone, but you got a really nice power forward there. Like, damn, that guy's pretty good. Or okay, if I take him here, I can get this true center to be a backup at the Orlando pick. Could he be the guy that can buy you time until you get that guy? Because you don't have to. We don't have to do this all this summer, right? But could Ty Jerome be the guy that could bridge you from one version of your team to the other, or could he be in essence help me out? I just said his name too, man. Could he be what Fred VanVleet has been to Houston until they got to Kevin Durant or in the Amen Thompson? These guys, you know what I mean? Like, could he be the guy that could hold it down and make this a very good team in the West until you get that guy here?
Yeah, I mean, I think he could. I would love to get a lead guard, whether he's starting or not coming out of this draft, and whether it's with that first or second pick. And either way, I want a guy like Ty Jerome around him. I know we brought him up a ton, but it was Jaren referring to him most recently, and he was huge for Ja early on. Not necessarily same position, but Jay Crowder, just in terms of that vet around those young guys. And Ty Jerome's what? I mean, he's 20-7. It feels like when he's rolling, and maybe even better. And so, listen, Ty Jerome and whether or not he fits this timeline, like wanting, after what's he got, 2 more years on the deal, one of them's an option year. How he looks at the Grizzlies and how full the cupboard is and how much closer they get to it, being a contender with his draft picks is up for debate. But absolutely, dude, he could be the gap guy, the guy that gets you to the guy. And he can be the guy, even if you've got the future and it's young and you don't want to throw it out there right away, that can help bring it up right. Even if I had a Darius Acuff saying, sure, there would be, there'd be a desire probably to want to get him out there as fast as possible. But I'd want him watching a guy like Ty Jerome, man. I'd even as efficient as Acuff is, I'd want a veteran guard around him to show him not just what being a professional is like, but what it's like on a night-to-night basis and everything else. And Ty's got that story where we know you can't take anything for granted. I want guys like that. We knew how they helped shepherd in the young group with the next gen. Then we kind of saw Memphis go away from that. The culture became the young guys, and it wasn't a culture that was sustainable. And so I want guys like him around as long as possible. If I could talk Ty Jerome in the stand and being a part of this thing when it gets back to contender status, would love to have him because I think he's shown he's that valuable.
Yeah, my guy Kip Gordon is a prime example of what I'm talking about. He says if we end up picking 7th or 8th, no, it wouldn't, bro, because you're gonna get a really good player, right? Like that logic seems so like. What are y'all talking about? Like, what do you mean, bro? Like is that like we're tanking and we're like 3rd or 4th? Like if we end up picking where we are right now, that would be a fucking win. Like if we won't get to 7 more likely. But if nothing changes at the top and the top 4 stays the same and we pick at our regular position, that would be a win, bro, because you're going to get a really good player. You have a chance to get a really good player at your natural spot. That's not going to be a kick in the ass. Like you're not just tanking to win the lottery. You're tanking to get the best pick available. And even if you go down to freaking 12th, like if everything goes wrong, if teams below you get to the top 4 and it moves everybody down, that's the worst case scenario. But you're still getting a guy that's a top 12 player in a very deep draft. Like that's not would you rather be higher in the draft? Like why do you want empty wins of the season where your team clearly isn't right? Why would that make you feel about any better about anything if you're picking it 17th? Like I don't understand. That logic makes no sense to me, bro. But go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just saying, ESPN had Michael Brown, and why he wasn't my favorite of the guards that are coming out in terms of the lead guards. I mean, there's a time where the scouts thought Michael Brown was going to be the best guard, sort of in this class when he was coming up. I think that same. It was Jeremy Wu over at ESPN that did that latest mock draft. He had Nate Ament, the 6'10" wing combo forward, who's shown he can rebound the ball, is willing to get his note, had him going 9. And so, listen, I mean, you're going to get potentially a franchise-changing guy in terms of if you develop him right.
Yeah.
Outside the top 4, man. So I think because of this, again, most years I would agree. This year is a year where, yes, you could still get the kind of guy that's going to move the needle, man, in that 6 to 10 range. I think it's very possible.
Man. Like whoever it is, man. Like this draft has some really good players. You could sit there at 8 and Darius Acuff is right there looking at you.
Man, that will be a gift if Acuff drops that
you're talking about
you've had guys like Gary Parrish and I think it was Sean Miller that are saying that Acuff should be in contention for the 1 spot. I mean, his efficiency, he's shooting 43% from 3, and the guy never turns the ball over. It's ridiculous for the level of athleticism, how quick twitch he is to be as efficient with the ball. And so, dude, if he drops to 8, back to your point, saying that would be a dream.
And nobody's going to tell me, oh, man, we tank for nothing. No, bro, you just drafted Darius fucking Acuff, bro. Yeah. You did not draft for like you did not tank for nothing. Like whoever it is, man, like you said, I'm higher on the Nate Ament kid than other people are because I'm like a lot of players, these guys who are really good in high school, typically they're ranked that high for a reason, bro. And he started off, kind of slow. He's really picked his game up. That guy has been the best player, one of the better players in his class his entire life. Like
yes, sometimes just had 27 yesterday coming back with no minutes restriction. The SEC tournament gives Tennessee a chance actually to advance in this thing. At the very least, I mean, Jabari Smith, he's a 6'10" win who can explode, but he's playing. We talked to Ron Slay, who covered, former Tennessee Vol, who's watched him all season long. He's going through folks' chests now. He rebounds in a way now that folks were concerned, hey, is he a little soft when he started his career.
Yeah.
That kid, the ceiling on him might be one of the highest of all the guys in the draft.
Yeah, man.
About
you got Wagler out there, man. There's no if we stay at our natural spot, I will be elated because you're gonna get somebody good.
Wagler's intriguing, man. He's intriguing.
Yeah, exactly, man. The worst case scenario to me is if weird teams below us start getting into the top 4 and it pushes us down. That's the only thing I'm worried about. That's the only thing I'm worried about at all, bro. Everything else, man, sign me up, bro, for sure.
We'll do some tank luck. I mean, hopefully we'll do some luck, right? I think the last time you were in 7th position, 7th worst, you dropped back to 9 with Edie. So with I don't know, they didn't. Silver ain't been on us for tanking or nothing. We've been doing it as ethically as possible. Hopefully we'll do some luck here. We'll do some luck.
It ain't been on ethical at all, man. We got a question for you in the chat, Jason. We'll give you this about Keaton Wagler. Just wanted to know your particular thoughts on Keaton Wagler.
I think he could be Cade Cunningham-ish in the sense you're talking about a 6'6" guy that plays his own speed. You can't speed him up. And his
speed is slow. I don't think you can speed him up. His speed is slow.
That's the issue.
He's got one gear.
He lacks the quick twitch, yet he still finds a way to get his shot off for the most time.
He's cold.
He's find a way to get his shot off. And he fills the box score, dude. It ain't,
you can tell he played the driveway a lot. He's got a driveway game. For
not just a bucket. He's got great vision. And I think if he can, he's never going to be overly athletic, but neither is Cade. Cade Cunningham was never overly athletic. He's just now starting to dunk on folks because of the strength and everything else. You're going to have to put some weight on him. He's going to have to get stronger because if you're going to play that slower speed, that's the key is the strength. The key to playing that speed in this fast league is being strong. That's what Luka does with the space. It's what Cade does. So he'll have to get stronger. But I'm intrigued by Keaton Wagler. But yes, I have the same concerns as everybody else. If he's trying to get past a guy, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough in the league. That's what he lacks is the quick twitch.
Yeah, but if he's there at our spot, I'm not.
I have no problem. Yes.
Yeah, I ain't asking no questions, man. For
6'6".
sure.
Yep.
Let's transition over. You got into the Grizz stuff, Ken? You got more
nope,
Grizz
we're good. Oh yeah, we do have FanDuel for Grizzlies. Let's do some FanDuel.
Oh yeah, hold on, Jason.
Jason, we'll be
right back to you, brother.
Yeah. We do have a same game parlay tonight. Memphis Grizzlies take on the Detroit Pistons. This could be a bloodbath, honestly, tonight. The Pistons are 15.5-point favorites in this game. Wouldn't mind seeing the Grizzlies play tough tonight. They play tough. The same game parlay tonight, Cade Cunningham over 39.5 points, rebounds, assists. Tobias Harris over 18.5 points, rebounds, assists. Marcus Sasser over 14.5 points, rebounds, assists. Cedric Coward over 19.5 PRA. Ty Jerome over 23.5 PRA. That's a lot. It's a 5-leg parlay, but it's plus 1648. $10 wins you $164.75.
Get your money, man, over there on FanDuel on that joint.
Get your money.
I have something I'm looking at. I'm a little concerned about, but I'm not gonna touch that. I don't want to yuck your young.
What is it?
I don't think this is a game where Cade's gonna have to give you 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists to win. Might be I think we're gonna lay down on this one. We're
gonna lay down on this one?
We might get our first Taj Gibson minutes tonight.
We are getting Taj Gibson minutes tonight.
You better.
We won't. I do have one more Grizz thing, man. Shout out to our good friend DeMichael Cole. We might touch on this a little bit in the second half as well. Shame on DeMichael, man, for dropping it so close to when we start the show today. But he wrote an article where he had an interview with one of the Smith boys, and not the one that might be playing for Coach Penny Hardaway, not Fred Smith Jr., but Richard Smith, who's the FedEx executive, said he doesn't believe the Grizzlies are going anywhere. And you want to know why? Because he tried to buy the team from him, Jason Smith. so Robert Parent told him it's not for sale, and he doesn't plan on moving anything either. I don't think there's any truth to the rumors that he wants to move the team. Smith told a commercial appeal. If Para wanted to sell, Smith said he would have been interested in buying the team with his family to keep it in Memphis. Smith said he also looked into becoming a Grizzlies minority owner. There are not many minority pieces for sale, he said, so there really was an opportunity for my family to buy in, either as a majority owner or a meaningful minority owner. Smith serves as the chief operating officer, international, and chief executive officer, airline at FedEx. But yeah, man, I don't understand how that's true, because if his dad was a minority owner, I don't know. It's over my pay grade. But what are your thoughts on that, Jason? Does it give you any more relief?
Oh, Oh yeah,
We've heard this before, but Michael just kind of doubled down on the confirmation on that whole thing.
Great relief, and again, that can, and DeMichael pointed out, we've had Silver come out and talk about, the expansion is what's on the table, relocation not on the table right now.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I think for any fears that are still left, you feel good about it. Saying you've talked to Paul Young a couple of times. From those conversations, I've felt good about where the Memphis is, the city of Memphis right now, in terms of working in good faith, as Paul has put it, as the mayor has put it, with the Grizzlies. And here's the other part I feel good about. Whether it's been the city stepping up in terms of what it's got to do in terms of a police presence, security presence, or the state, both with the renovations of the building itself and now with the 70 whatever million it is for Beale Street. I think everybody has done their part in terms of stepping up to the plate. And so that's why, the Grizzlies have never threatened in any of this and continue to, I think, just frankly, I'm waiting on some renovation designs. Because everything looks like it's moving forward. You're getting your new renovated building, and man, I have no fears about the Grizzlies moving locations, and expect to have this lease done sometime, hopefully within the next calendar year.
Yeah, it feels like another level of conversation, right? Because it's like, what I mean by that is we had Fred Jones on the show one time, right, and we were talking about the Liberty Bowl thing, right? We're talking to him. And he was like, he gave an answer like, you know what, y'all sound like poor people having this discussion, right? It sounded like some poor people, what I'm saying, eavesdropping on a rich man's conversation. Because he was like, when it comes down to that type of stuff, I let the rich people cook, man. I stay out the way. And knowing that he's does well, to hear him say that, when I look at things like this, when I see the CEO of FedEx and the owner of the Memphis Grizzlies talking, and they're talking in the language that's broken down to bite-sized pieces for us. Yeah, I know that there was a rich man conversation that
no doubt
that we're not privy to. That basically like,
if you think about it, man, and that family, obviously the Smiths have done so much, and it's not just the Grizzlies that with the Tigers and everything else, but the civic duty of kind of snooping around on that. Remember, because you'd had the Pablo Torre report around that time that Para was interested in moving the Grizzlies to Vegas, and in doing what they did, they did some reporting for us. In a way, that Smith family obviously checking on this, and it helped again sort of put down, rest the fears of a city and anybody worried about it. And so Smiths have done a ton with their money in this case, man. Just the snooping around to helping the city in the sense, man, you don't have anything to worry about. So
man,
can't say how much we should all appreciate the Smiths and FedEx. Yep.
Yeah, for doing the dirty work of having a rich man, rich man conversation, man, for us. Like, hold on, y'all are broke. Hold on, let me call them.
Yeah, they hung up on me.
Like, hold on. I see a lot of Twitter interactions amongst the poor people. Let me step in and calm down the masses real fast.
Let's have some high level conversations here, right?
Right.
That's hilarious.
I see you common people interacting on Twitter, acting like the team is about to leave. Let me have a billionaire to billionaire talk with Robert and see.
He got the info we wanted.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to not Fred Smith, who's about to play for the Tigers, but Richard Smith. Old Dick Smith, man. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him for sure. But real quick, it wouldn't be a conversation with Jason Smith if we only talk Grizzlies. Definitely have to talk about this Penny Hardaway situation going on as well. We talked about this on your show a couple hours ago. Yep. I said that I expect Penny to be back, but we joked about this on the show the other day, man. I think it's going to be a little weekend with Bernie situation, man, when they drag Penny out there.
Man,
he's so messed up, man. That's Penny Hardaway he's talking about, Jason.
They're gonna
be a dead Penny coaching next year.
He's gonna be
he gonna be the head coach for real. Just a little head sitting out there.
Little Penny's gonna be up there.
Hey,
with Ed pulling the string.
Yeah, Ed's gonna be back there pulling the strings.
Fred Smith Jr., we better get you out of here, man.
Putting up the one.
Come on, man. But no.
That's so messed up. This man's so messed up, man.
Yeah, you shouldn't have did that thing.
That man said, "Little Penny gonna be coaching
us." Man, stop. Folks.
Man.
Folks sensitive about Penny.
Hey, and you know I'm gonna get a phone call. I'm gonna get a phone call from this show. I'm just gonna let you know. You know how they like to make phone calls.
The childish mockery. The childish mockery is a little uncalled for. Wouldn't you say, Kenneth?
Kenneth? Wouldn't you say, Kenneth? The mockery is
the childish mockery. Oh my God. Oh man. No, but seriously, man. My worry is that we're gonna see a situation where Penny is the coach, but he's not really the coach. And that I don't want to see that, man. And I do want to see Penny there. It's kind of hard to explain what I'm saying because I think that's what's going to work, bro. I think that if they put some actual normal assistant coaches around Penny and they put a GM around him, I think that there's no way that this team is going to be bad next year. Because I think Penny's good enough to get through the X's and O's of a game. And even though the rotations, he's probably going to play 15 dudes. GM, just get him like 9 guys, man. Just get him about 8 or 9 dudes, man.
I don't know, man. Yeah. Penny, it feels like you're telling me you're going to hire these assistants for Penny Hardaway, and he has no idea whether or not he can trust them or whether they want his job. Penny's had concerns about that previously with some of his assistants. With
guys that he picked, you know what I mean? So, oh man, I ain't think about that, bro.
And so I just wonder if Penny would be down for that, and maybe that's if that's the mandate from Ed Scott, maybe that's, I'm just speculating, some of the reason for the delay. Because I can't imagine that Penny Hardaway, as badly as I know he wants to fix this, is down with losing that kind of power, with just being out there basically as a face and having guys in the program that he doesn't know and doesn't trust.
And players that he don't have much.
I can't see him. Penny wasn't a guy that was going to work as someone's assistant before he got the head job. Penny is his own enterprise. Penny is his own corporation.
Rightfully so, though. Rightfully so, yes.
And so I just, if that is the mandate from Ed Scott, and it very well could be saying that he wants a whole clean out, I just wonder if Penny's willing to go to that distance on this. Does he want to fix it that badly? Having been reduced in terms of power that much. You're talking about a guy that could step away and just go golf and still sit on millions.
Yeah, man.
So I say that to say it's a little bit of a surprise to me that we are sitting here, 144, 145 on Friday afternoon and still haven't heard anything from Memphis in terms of Penny and what the future holds for him. Penny clearly was talking after that Tulane loss like a man that believes he's back. He was talking about GMs and, talking with Ed about what they're going to do. But if it was that obvious, it just seems like it would have already, been stated and moved forward, because Lord knows these questions about his future been posed to him for the last, 5, 6, 7, 8 games of the season. Ed Scott's had his time to put together sort of what he wants to say. So I'm surprised we've gotten to this point and haven't heard anything, and just very eager to see what those talks look like. But still would be shocked, I would say, to see a world where Penny is not back, unless he is deciding to step away. I do not believe Memphis is going to pony up $6.15 million in a year. They have to give their women's basketball coach $1 million to fire her. They're already doing that. Cannot see. Then you're talking about a couple of million on both sides, maybe more. It's going to be millions literally to replace those staffs. That's a huge basketball number at a time. You're trying to give as much as you can to football. So if Penny is not the coach next season, I'll put it this way, then to me it will have to have been a mutual parting of ways where he's agreed to step away, perhaps settlement, whatever it is, saying, you know what, there has been some damage done to the program. I don't think Penny's ready to let this thing go. He didn't sound like a coach, though, in those last games that was ready to stop fighting. So, I would be shocked if he's not back next season as head coach. You've already had the reports out there, Hidman and some others, saying the expectation still is that he'll be back.
Yeah. I got a couple. Go ahead.
Let me counterpoint this for a second, because it sounds like there's a lot of conspiracy theories about what potentially Ed Scott is going to do with Penny Hardaway and the motivation behind it. And Anthony's kind of relaying some fears about what it could reduce Penny to become. What if hindsight, track record being 2020, we say, hey, Penny, you're a fantastic X's and O's guys, but you have been really bad at hiring assistant coaches. You've been really bad at running the program as a whole. Let's bring in guys that can help you do that the right way, like the best quality guys that can help you do that, because we know what you can be and what you can become.
Right. But there's also
Go ahead, Sain. I would just tell you, I mean, Penny brought in Stansbury, brought in Nolan Smith. Now, Nolan Smith just led TSU to the NCAA tournament's first year after getting the job late. And that was a good hire. Now, Penny's had some hires where it looks like he's not getting much value out of. I would just say I can hear the point that listen, this staff that you've got is there just isn't much value in it. But what I just don't see happening is Ed taking away all that power. Because Penny has had some good hires. Stansbury helped him put together good rosters. Nolan was a good bench coach last year that, frankly, if he's still here, because he helped build this roster, maybe it's coached in a way that's at least a little bit more effective. We know that Nolan Smith's a good coach. So because Penny has hired some good assistants, I can't see him just completely giving up that responsibility. Will he be involved in who Ed said? That's the way I would probably see it playing out. Yes. But if you're just taking all the way his hiring power, man, remember Taylor Jenkins and what he was made to do? He talked about how emotional that was for him. You're talking about a reduction of power. That was with some of Taylor Jenkins' friends. I think that helped create the dynamic they had in there where it was two philosophies, Isolo's camp versus Taylor Jenkins and LaRoche's camp. I mean, you start getting into that territory. I think you're basically already stating that if you want to reduce his power that much, frankly, you should have moved on from the head coach himself, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what you're essentially saying. You don't trust him anymore.
Yeah, my guy King Zeus is saying that you'll put that comment. Thank you, Ken. He says Penny has not been successful enough as a coach to mandate his terms moving forward. And to Jason's point, that's where we are. Like this isn't natural, man. This isn't how you handle a coaching situation. You don't get a guy, you bring him back. Oh, but don't worry about the power part. Don't worry about the assistant coaches. Don't worry about the building a roster. Just go coach the team. That's not normal. That's not a normal. That's not a normal thing, bro. You know what I mean? We're about to do something that's unprecedented, and unprecedented here for sure. And another thing too, man, is like you said, the Taylor Jenkins thing. It looked like we had the Avengers. It looked like we had that's a great situation, man. You got the coach who the guys love, and the guys, and he loves the guys, and you got all these great basketball minds in one room. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. Until we saw it play out in real time, it was messy, it was ugly, it was all these things, and then I'll fast forward to this year, the John Morant situation. Oh, man, speed kills. It's the best. Oh, this is the hardest I've ever worked in the summer, man. Oh, this is gonna be good, man. These guys are good. We could get out and run and do all that. And it balled up. It blew up in right up in real time. It was messy. It was ugly. It was all these things. I don't want to see that happen again, bro. Like this. Let's call it what it is now. This is going to be weird, and it's going to look weird. And there's a high chance that this is going to be volatile as hell, and it might blow up, and we might see this play out ugly. And I don't want to see Penny involved in nothing like that at all.
Real quick, there was no way that Taylor didn't look at Isolo as a threat.
All of them, LaRoche too, all of them.
And you had paid above market value to get him. Everybody knew what Isolo had been.
Like, I ain't hire you. Like,
he had interest from the Wizards as a head coach. So what you can tell me, it's all-star. You're bringing this to the table, but you're basically, to me, you're bringing in my replacement.
Exactly,
bro. Let's take this to Penny. If Ed Scott's completely making the hires with these assistants, Penny is going to look at them as possible threats to his job. Maybe somebody that Ed Scott thinks can be the head coach. That is the beginning of a disaster. It's the beginning of a disaster.
They go Penny replacement.
That's why you cannot take all the power from him. If you're going to do that, you may as well relieve him of his duties.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, Jason, it's been a good one, man. Great conversation as always. We're going to let you go. We got some bills to pay before we go to break, though, man. It's my guy, Jason Smith.
Appreciate y'all.
ESPN. Also, one of the calls for Grizz Beat on Grind City Media. Check him out over there every Wednesday at 2:00. After this show, I'll be on there joint this Wednesday as well. Got to pay the bills, though, man. Shout out to our people at Waldo's Chicken and Beer, man. Kenny, I was out there last night for Music Bingo. One of the guys who watches the show walked up to me. He said, Sain, my guy Sain, Sain and Kenny. I said, I knew where you knew me from, right? So he was like, he was there for Music Bingo, had a good time. Him and his wife, I think his daughter, they enjoyed the food, man. Shout out to y'all. Make sure when y'all are patronizing these places, man, y'all let them know we sent y'all there, man, for sure. That's what it's all about. But go check out Waldo's Chicken and Beer. Made from scratch kitchen. Kenny, I got food from Waldo's in the refrigerator right now that I did not even eat last night. I think I ate hungry. I think I ate maybe 3 wings. Man. They got a made from scratch kitchen. Nothing's frozen, all fresh food. A great spot for families. Why? Because they got a game room, they got a full bar, and they got TVs everywhere. music playing, all those cool things. You can come out on a Thursday night, play music bingo with your family. They got karaoke tonight, if I'm not mistaken. You might want to give them a call on that because they don't do it every week.
Right.
They cook their food in all beef tallow, man. So it ain't just a regular cooking oil. You can taste the difference in the food good. For sure. Great side dishes like greens, white beans, macaroni and cheese, potato wedges, fries, coleslaw, cucumber salad. I'm always talking about. Man, I'm gonna tell you something we don't talk about enough. They got at Waldo's. It is one of the best in the city. Their banana pudding goes crazy, bro.
Oh, their banana pudding is hard, dude. It's so good, and that's how I judge a good restaurant that does chicken or barbecue or whatever.
Don't call yourself no Southern restaurant, man, if you ain't got no good banana pudding, man. For real. For real, man. They have happy hour drink specials every day from 3 to 6. And on Tuesday and Sunday, they run them all day long. They also do happy hour whenever we're doing bingo, too. So make sure you check out Waldo's Chicken and Beer, 2200 North Germantown Parkway, 901-716-0032. Open Sunday through Thursday from 11 to 9, Friday and Saturday from 11 to 10. And while you're out in that area, man, make sure you wash your hands before you, if you go here first, or just go here after you eat, man. Go to Puppy Dreams, right down the street on North Germantown Parkway, man. They're on 1740 North Germantown Parkway. If you're looking for a dog, add a new member to your family, get with Puppy Dreams. Because puppies make life better, Kenny Stubblefield.
They do.
They have actual puppies in their newly remodeled showroom to choose from and get to know before purchasing. You're not just going online and ordering some dog and it shows up at your house in the mail. That ain't what we're doing, man. You get to spend time with the dog, man, with the kids, everything. All those type of things. See if they frisky, man. See what they gonna be on, man. Then they got a full-service grooming salon inside. You can bring your outside dogs in. You got them outside-ass dogs, man. Bring them in. They got a full-service grooming salon inside. 1-year warranty on every purchase, every pet that you purchase, every puppy that you purchase there. And financing is available, man. You know you got your taxes, man. Just matter of fact, just go ahead and drop the taxes off, man. Don't be trying to finance that dog. Go get the dog, man. But the financing is available for sure. And all puppies come from USDA certified breeders. Open every day, Monday through Saturday, except for Sunday. Not every day then. Open Monday through Saturday from 10 to 7. Visit the website, puppydreamsmemphis.com, to check out what puppies they have available at this time. Well, Kenny, we're about to take a break. When we come back, it's going to be more of the Anthony Sain Show. We'll see y'all in a minute.
Some dreams don't just come true, they come with 4 paws. At Puppy Dreams, we match loving families with happy, healthy puppies. From playful companions to lifelong best friends, your perfect match is waiting. And with our professional grooming spa, your pup will look as amazing as they feel. Visit Puppy Dreams today and meet the one who's been waiting just for you. I think what we saw out of Bradshaw this year is the best you're going to get, and it's not enough. Aaron Bradshaw's not a good basketball player. He just so happens to be 7'1". And I think that what you saw out of him is literally tapping the very limits of his potential. If that is what you're wanting back, I'm good on any. I'm not good on that. Like I don't like. That is it. That is all you're getting out of Aaron Bradshaw. Yep. Because at the very beginning of the year, he was unplayable. Like unplayable, couldn't do a thing. And Penny he got every bit of juice out of Aaron that he could possibly get out of him. And I think he's tapped.
The stretch of basketball we saw from Aaron Bradshaw in the middle part of conference play was probably the best we'll see of Aaron Bradshaw. I don't really think he's much better than that. If he does come back, Kenny, he can't be making this much money.
Tune in to Tigers Live with Francis Carlotta, live after every Memphis Tiger basketball game on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
So this is on the bubble right now. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Cool. Last 4 buys, so these are the last teams to skip the first 4 round. You got NC State, Santa Clara, UCF, Miami, Ohio.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Just lost their first game.
Stupid. Miami of Ohio, like, I don't care. You're 31-1. You were undefeated until the quarterfinals of your conference tournament.
Mm-hmm.
That should get you into the tournament. I do not care.
I agree.
That, like, the MAC can have 2 bids. There's 68 teams that are in this tournament.
I agree.
You're telling me a 31-1 team is going to be left out because of one loss?
One loss that didn't occur until their conference tournament.
Exactly. It's stupid.
Tune into the Daily Grind with your host, Loot Hatmaker, every Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Tired of the same old fast food? The soggy fries, the frozen flavors, the meals that never quite hit right. Head over to Waldo's Chicken and Beer, where everything starts fresh and flavor comes first. Our chicken is fried in rich beef tallow for that bold, old-school crunch you can actually taste. Don't skip the premium homemade southern sides, fresh greens, hearty white beans, and creamy mac and cheese made to complete the meal. Bring your whole family. There's plenty of space to relax, plus a game room the kids will love. Catch the game on big screens, grab a drink at the full bar, and enjoy happy hour specials every day from 3 to 6, all day on Tuesday and Sunday. Waldo's Chicken and Beer. Real food, real flavor, made from scratch.
Back to the Anthony Sain show, man. Every time I watch that Waldo's commercial, it reminds me how much I want to punch Gabe in his head, bro. Gabe gets on my nerves so bad, man. That dude, man, the older Gabe gets, man, the boy I can't stand that little dude, man. That's my guy, though, man. But good God, Gabe get on my nerves, man.
What do you do? Why?
He just get on my nerves, man. It's just, he's kind of like, okay, full transparency. You know, Gabe goes to a private school, right?
Right.
And Gabe is not supposed to be at that school. Financially, me and his mom cannot afford for him to be there, right? But he's there on a waiver. He's not supposed to be there, right? But
yeah,
you ask Gabe, he's supposed to be there. And he is. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be there. I mean, he fits in. He's no different than the kids that are there. But
absolutely.
Gabe thinks he's fucking Carlton. He wants to be Carlton Banks and Will Smith at the same time. That's the part. That's what it is with Gabe that kills me, man. And he's just, I don't know, man. He's just like, Gabe, I want to fight your little ass, bro. I promise you, bro.
Hey, you might want to get it in now because in about a couple years,
I'm about to run out of years to whip his ass, man, for sure. He just, oh my God, bro. He's like, he thinks he's so cool, man. He think like, hey, you a lame ass Catholic school little dude, man. You are not the dude you think you are, bro. Man, really think he the man, bro, for real. Like, get your Will Smith ass. You the new Will Smith off Bel Air. You ain't Will Smith, like, you know what I'm saying? No. Oh man, he want to be, no. Professor, I'm with you. The Professor X said, let him be Carlton. No, he wants to be Carlton and Will. Gabe thinks he's the coolest dude in the world, man. And like, and he just like goes, he's such a perfect little dude, man. Like he's like fucking Blade, man, like a daywalker. He goes back and forth in between cultures. Like, oh, I'm vibing up here with the rich white people. I'm over here with the real niggas. Now it's like, get your ass out of here, bro.
What'd you say yesterday?
Man, hey, we groomed him to be the mayor, man.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You gotta be, man. Man's got to be able to go in anywhere, man.
Oh man, he gets to my nerves so bad.
Boardrooms in the streets, baby. Let's go,
man. He is. Oh God, but it's like there. He's not culturally messed up at all. He's very aware that he's black. We have, cultural conversations all the time, racial conversations all the time. He's very aware of what he is, and he has pride in being black or whatever. But like, we had the conversation. I said, Gabe, what does unk mean? He said, because white people, y'all took that, right? Y'all tried to take unk and say that unk means uncool, like there's something, And Gabe was like, no, it means like an uncle, just like an old black man. I was like, yeah, I'm with you. I got you, man. But Gabe is a hilarious dude.
Gabe sounds like he's got Riz. Do they still say
he
that?
He definitely think he has Riz, man. Gabe made a YouTube video and it said the Riddler. He had a picture that said the Riddler, then it had the Sizzler, And then the last one was the Riddler. Had a picture of the Riddler. The second one had the Sizzler. It had a picture of the restaurant, the Sizzler. Or a grill or something like that. The grill was the Sizzler. And the third picture was Gabe standing between two Hooters girls, and it said the Rizzler. I said, man, get your garbage ass out of here, bro. Like, that dude
I love it.
He really thinks he's that dude, man. But I will tell you, I went to one of Gabe's games at a basketball game, and Gabe isn't good. Like, he ain't good at basketball, right? He's not good. Like, he's not one of the best players on the team, right? It's my man, though, right? And I support him at every game. Everything he does, I support Gabe, right? So they, I don't know if they won or lost, but whatever it was, Gabe didn't play much of a factor in whether they won or lost, right? So this high school girl walks up to me. I don't know this kid. I don't know any of these kids, right? She says, tell Gabe he had a good game. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like, this some girl in high school. Like, sixth grade. And so I tell his mom, I said, are you aware that, like, high school girls know who Gabe is? Because I didn't go to a school like that. I went to school, elementary, it was one school. And then it was a middle school, and it was all a middle school, right? Well, junior high. And that was it, right? The oldest girls you saw were, if you in seventh grade, you saw the ninth graders, right? Or you in the sixth grade, you saw the eighth graders. But this school is, the little bitty kids see high schoolers. They're all in the same building, right? So I said, are you aware that Gabe has high school friends? Because they're only high schoolers in that school are girls, right? They're only girls. Like, there are no boys in the house. The boys stop in eighth grade, right?
You better get ready, man.
So I said, do you know that Gabe has friends in high school? Yeah, that's probably so-and-so. He's friends with her and another girl. Like, no, Gabe isn't friends with nobody. Like, what do you mean, man? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, he's not friends with these girls. What are you talking about? And I asked Gabe today, they're just really cool. They're really nice. They're just really nice. Like, Gabe, up, man.
Hey, you burying your head in the sand on this one, bro. This man man's got pool.
The girl said, tell Gabe he had a good game. I'm like, well, first of all, he didn't have a good game, ma'am. So you're not gonna let me lying to my son on your behalf for whatever wickedry you got up your sleeve. But no.
Man's got pool. You can't tell him nothing.
And then the girls, Aubrey and Autumn, they snitch on Gabe sometimes because Gabe stays snitching on them. So they was like, Miss Anthony, you know Gabe got a girlfriend? I said, hell no. I said, who is it? He said, I said, she black, white, or what? White? I said, quit lying. I said, why you get that from? They be playing Roblox together. I said, for real? So I called his mom. I said, hey, who is this girl that Gabe be playing Roblox with? That is not his girlfriend. They're just friends. They play the game. They meet up on the game and play each other. I was like, all right, you forgot my son a goddamn player. But yeah.
I just love that your first question is.
I said, Steph, is she
black, white, or Hispanic?
Oh, yeah. I said, we recreationally date white women over here in the same household, man. That's how we get down, man.
I love that that's your first question.
Recreationally date.
That's so crazy.
Oh,
man.
But yeah, my boy Gabe. Look at Justin Ford. I'm sure it is, motherfucker. That man was not recreationally dating. That man was occupationally dating.
That man was wifing
up the white woman out here, man. It's all good, man. But shout out to our guy Jason Smith, great guest.
Is that a question? Man, all right, because here's the thing: if I were to ask Sailor that question, it'd be a problem, right? Like, is he black? Is he white? Is he Hispanic?
Wait a minute, is he black?
Is he black?
That shit is so much different, bro.
It's so much different coming from me, man. He's down with the swirl too, Sain.
I be trying to ask Gabe. I be embarrassed if he just started turn red. He'll turn red and just start laughing with tears. Gabe is just like me. We both cry when we laugh, right? So I said, Gabe, what kind of girls you like, man? You like little skinny girls? You like them, you know what I'm saying, kind of short like your mama?
It tells you everything.
I said, you like, you know what I'm saying? You like you a big, thick, fine thing like Miss Julia? What you like, Gabe? He just started laughing. Gabe, Dad, you're just a freak, man. You're just freaky, man. Say, what you like, Gage? You just better get you something big, fine like Miss Julia. Boy, treat you right out here.
Nah, certain things I can't ask, man. Certain things.
Yo, you can say, is he nice?
Is he nice?
But no, what white people do, y'all do some guess who type shit. You remember that game, Guess Who?
Does his name have 3
How long
syllables?
Is his hair? Right.
Does his name have 3 syllables?
Hey,
Sorry, it's too much. I apologize.
What do you know about his father? You know about his father. Hey, y'all be digging.
Does he
Y'all
treat
be
you right?
Y'all be digging like a motherfucker. Does he play sports at your school? What sport does he play?
Yeah. Does he play basketball or does he play
start?
lacrosse?
What kind of music does he like?
Yeah. Is he does he like Jelly Roll or does he like
Hey, bro, hey, we got another one. I just talked about this the other day too, man. We talked about how white people y'all are coming to music.
Here it is. Here he is. How does he like his wings?
Exactly. Little wings, big wings. I talked about white people coming in and appropriating, and then once they get on, they leave black culture alone. Shout out to Jack Harlow, dropped the album yesterday. It's
what
like
is it?
Some fucking jazzy, no rapping, and he ain't rapping at all. Like, man, get this shit out of here, bro. But yeah,
Come on, man.
come on, bro. That's the times we live in, man. But go check out the ass Jack Harlow album. You said
I don't want to hear it though, because Kanye did a jazz album. Or no. What's
Andre 3000.
Andre 3000 did a flute album. Get out of my face, man.
Hey, bro, where you think flute playing came from, bro?
Your guy Kendrick Lamar did a jazz album.
He did all kind of shit. That's a really bad example of what I'm talking about, because most black artists make black music their entire career, man. Oh man, but let's get to it, man.
He said I love the way you said that. That's a really bad example, but
we gonna ride with that. That's what you want to ride with. But if high school girls are a problem with your 6-year-old son, 6th grade son, there's not much you can do. But if you have a pest control problem in your house, you can reach out to our guy Reggie Freeman Alexander with Grade A Pest. He's the best in the business. He's been doing it for a long time, about 20 years in the business of pest and rodent control. It's a homegrown business from a born and raised Memphian, committed to excellence by applying human and pet-friendly products that are safe and highly efficient to meet your pest control needs. Reggie's been doing this for a long time, man. He's absolutely the best. Give him a phone call, 901-628-4867. You can shoot him a text at the same number. gradeapservices at gmail.com is the email. He's been in the game for a long time, man. And if you're coming back to the city, like my guy, Freaky Deaky Giroux, who signed a 10-day deal with the Grizzlies, man.
Hell yeah, we got him back, man.
You might be getting into an apartment that might need to get sprayed up, man. So reach out to my guy, Reggie Freeman with Grade A Pest. He'll get you squared away. Give him a call. Give him a call for sure, man. Also, Kenny, if you are looking for a quality used car, I cannot think of a better place to get one from if you are Deaky Giroux, man. Freaky Deaky. You know that man's name was Freaky Deaky, man. If you somebody like him on a 10-day deal, you might want to get you a quality used car while you're here as well, man. Go to Carway, man. Carwaytherightway.com is your website. It's not just a website. It's not just a slogan. It's how they go about doing business the right way at Carway, man. Financing is available. Bad credit. It's kind of like buying a puppy, Kenny. You got it. Financing is available. Bad credit, no problem. They'll get you squared away at Carway, man. 6154 Summer Avenue. Give them a call, 901-440-8251. Ask for Mike. Ask for Jason. Ask for my guy, Taylor, man. They'll get you squared away, get you in the quality used car. They're also looking to hire new staff, man. They're looking for new salespeople at Carway. So reach out to them if you're interested in that. Also, if you have a quality used car of your own that you're trying to sell, they will purchase a used car from you at Carway. And finally, if you're a Barbie girl, living in a Barbie world, man, just trying to be understood out here, man. You just can't buy no regular old car, man. You feel like you got to have Barbie's dream car. You got to drive the pink Beetle. Get with the good people at Carway. They got the drop top and they got the traditional pink Beetles at Carway, man. Get with them. They'll get you squared away. That is Carway Automotive. And if you're also Freaky Deaky Giroux coming back to Memphis, man, you got to get chopped up. At some point during your 10 days while you're here, Deaky Giroux, you got to get chopped up. Get with the good people at my guy, Antonio Jones, master of definition. Book him today. Been in the barbering game for over 30 years. Kenny got the old graphic. I don't know what happened with that, John. Over 30 years in the barbering industry. Clean, family-friendly environment. No come see, come saw going on up in that joint, man. They got natural and enhanced styles. If you're keeping it real or you need a little help from your friends, man, Antonio can help you out. They got superior grooming for men, women, and children at my guy Antonio Jones, the master of definition. Kenny, I told y'all a story yesterday about how I what did I do to tick Julia off? I was talking about the cologne, wearing cologne when I go to bingo, right?
Right.
Guess what my ass did like yesterday?
What'd you do?
I'll start off right here, and when I say this as a married man, you'll know exactly where I'm going with this. I tried to wash dishes yesterday before I went to work, before I went to Waldo's for bingo. So what did I do? In the comments, what did I do? What did I do? In the comments, what did I do? Y'all know what I did. I took my ring off to wash dishes.
Oh, no.
So I'm at Waldo's, right? No ring on.
No. Oh, no.
And on my way to Waldo's, I told her, hey, I'm stopping by Target. I'm stopping by the store to pick up something after I got off. I legit need to go to the store. So I told her I was going to Target. And she was like, motherfucker. And when I told her I left my ring, I had forgot I left my ring. She told me I left my ring. She was like, you got me fucked up. And then guess what, kid? Somebody bought me a whole bottle of tequila. One of the players bought me a whole bottle of tequila. And I said, yeah, this probably ain't gonna help either when I bring this bottle of tequila home. And somebody gave it to me. And she was like, no, don't show me the bottle, show me the bitch. Like, here's the bottle of tequila. She's like, nah, don't show me that. Show me the bitch. Show me.
Oh, no.
You want to see who bought me the tequila, bro?
Did you take a picture? Yeah. Let's go. That helps. Woo.
An old ass white man. It ain't coming up.
It's just kind of blurred out.
But yeah,
I can tell he's an old ass white man because his face is completely
came
blown
out
out.
Either that or Alberto or whatever the hell Walter Clayton Jr. is.
Walter Clayton Jr. is
his dad.
That is rookie, bro. You can't do that. You can't take your. That's why. Yeah, that is man. Why I have a. That's why I have a.
For an 8-year run, man.
That's why I have a silicone ring, dude. I'll never take this off ever.
Man, I had an 8-year run of being a fuckboy, man.
Bro, so not charging the phone, no ring, now a bottle, wearing home. Cologne, bro. You are.
Like, you got me fucked up. She said, "You got me fucked up." Just know that. Shit. But yeah, man. Let's get into the 3-pointer, man. 3 things going on in the world of sports, man.
All right, we got some fun ones today. Jaylen Brown had a really good game. The Oklahoma City Thunder and the Boston Celtics played a game last night. FanDuel thinks that's going to be the matchup at the playoff, the NBA Finals. We had a little taste of it last night. Came down to the buzzer. Jaylen Brown missed. No, who was it? SGA hit a 3, I think, to put him up. And then Peyton Pritchard, I think, had a shot at the end of the game to win it and missed. Maybe Jaylen did. I don't know. But
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's the background music that's doing it. But a lot of times when we do this segment, it chops you out. I heard you, but you sound like you're underwater.
Am I better now?
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, you better now.
Okay.
You're good. We have that video. I think, we got the video of Jaylen Brown getting his shit off, man. Let's play that joint.
What was he frustrated about? You just want to play the video?
Yeah, it'll make sense once you play the video.
Okay.
It's already in the past. It's over with. So I just got to move forward. To be honest, I don't think I deserve to get ejected, but, it is what it is.
You're more motivated today after how Tuesday ended?
No, I wasn't more motivated. Obviously, I was pissed that I didn't get to compete in that game. That was another big-time matchup that I had circled on my calendar. Obviously, playing against the Spurs, who was a good team, and I came out to a great start. I felt great. I felt like I was ready to have a big-time performance. And, my night got ended short. In certain spots, maybe I could have been a little bit better, but, you're passionate. It's a big game. You want to see emotion. You want to see your star players showing that emotion. I don't think I deserve to get tossed. And, I think the NBA agreed because I didn't get fined or anything like that. So it is what it is. It happens. People make mistakes. But I'm just looking forward now.
You got 14 free throws tonight, though.
Yeah, I think that might be a record this season. So I don't know. Maybe it all works in the end. But, I don't foul bait. I'm not looking to, flop or anything like that. But it's almost like you got to. It's almost like because there's a couple plays in the fourth quarter where I feel like I drove strong, went up strong, and I didn't get the benefit of the doubt. But maybe if I would have flopped, maybe I would have been able to sell that call, and those decide games. So it's like, we commend players for, playing the game the right way, but, we give the benefit to those who, who necessarily are trying to manipulate the game into their advantage. I just don't think it's basketball. Like, let's just play basketball. All the foul baiting, I think it's whatever for me, but I thought we played good tonight. I thought we competed tonight. One possession game, if we come up with that rebound, maybe we make a play and we can still win on the road. It didn't happen, but I'm proud of my group.
Wow.
I'll leave it up to interpretation when you think he's talking about the guy who played that night, which is SGA. My guy, Professor X, says he's about to get fined now. Heavy stuff, man. When you're a certain level of mature player in the league, you can say those type of things and it come off peaceful as hell, right? Because he wasn't angry, but he was saying some real stuff. He said it's kind of unfortunate guys who, I went up strong looking for, contact, expected contact, got the contact, and didn't get the call, but guys can, flop or whatever, and they get rewarded for it. He just basically said it's really, unfortunate that that's the way that things are going down. But I'm with him. I'm with him for sure, man. SGA also broke Wilt Chamberlain's record of 20-point games. Maybe he should have scored 19 to respect Wilt. I don't know if that's let y'all tell it. That's what he's supposed to do, man. He's supposed to respect Wilt, man. And
respect Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, not hit 20, man. Doing too much, man. But I saw an instant number today that SGA averages about 9 free throw attempts a game. And I would just challenge you to go look up your favorite players and look how many free throws they made in some of their best seasons. So, yeah, I get it. I agree with them, though, that they are guys who I think SGA does that. I think SGA is a guy that is able to manipulate a lot of those calls. But I'm not going to take away from his game because that dude is an absolute beast. And if there is another player out there in the NBA draft this year even that has that ability to get to the free throw line like that and can draw fouls and can lure you into getting those cheap fouls, I would love that guy to be on my team, Kenny. So because those guys, they usually find a way to have a really good team beside them, right? So yeah, I don't get into these ethical basketball conversations. I get what people are trying to say. There's one move that people do that really does bother me. It's that I'm dribbling and a guy's coming up behind me and I stop things that Trae Young used to do. Used to piss me off bad when they would just kind of get in front of a guy and just kind of almost make them foul them. That shit used to piss me off. But yeah, I'm not mad at Jaylen Brown really for too much that he's saying. Number 2, Kenny Stubblefield.
We got some fallout from the Bam Adebayo 83 point game.
Ethics, just more ethics, man. It's so everything's just unethical, man. Yeah, but Black Caesar says, how are you an absolute beast when you spend more time laying on the floor than you do playing on it? That's just not true, bro. SGA is a fucking animal, bro. If you think all these out there doing is getting fouled, if it was that simple, there would be a lot more dudes in the league doing it.
Man hit a 3 to win. He hit a 3 to win the game.
That dude's a machine, bro.
120 or how many? 126 straight games of 20 points. Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
man's a beast.
Hey, man, cold as hell, bro. Y'all tweaking. Give me him on my team.
Yeah.
Okay. Black Caesar, would you trade SGA for Ja right now? Straight up, yes or no? All right, thank you. Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah.
And Bam Adebayo sounded off their first game back. Bam Adebayo did not score 80 points, Kenny Stubblefield, last night. I think he scored about 21, something like that. How dare he score 21 and disrespect LeBron James? 21? No, not LeBron James. What was it? But LeBron James have shit to do with it. That was 2 different memes when the 21 kid had nothing to do with LeBron.
I don't know.
I'm thinking about the LeBron James kid. Yeah, I'm mixing the 21 kid and the LeBron James kid up.
I'm old. I don't know the gifts, man. I don't know the memes.
Hey, Gabe, of course, I got the Riz Master, Gabe.
Yeah, you got the Rizzler over there telling you everything.
Yeah, exactly. So let's play the one you wanted to say is Bam Talks first.
Yep.
And then we'll do Eric Spoelstra 2. It's the one that's the better one. But go ahead.
All right, here we go.
I mean, if you're in my shoes and you have, first of all, y'all are blaming me. You should be blaming the head coach.
Garbage ass team.
Get that first. I was not the one letting me go one-on-one the whole game until I had 70, and then you started to send a double.
Facts,
At that
man.
point, I got 70 with 9 minutes left to go in the game. You think I'm not going for it?
Hey.
And that's the thing that's crazy when they talk about the unethical part of the basketball. I'm like, if I have 70 with 9 minutes to go, who would just be like, coach, just take me out? Yeah, right. Anybody in my shoes with 9 minutes left? Okay. A minute? All right. 9? Yeah, I'm going for it. You can't be mad at that. If you are mad, I don't care, because a lot of people, they're upset because if they did play, they never had a chance to get that close to chasing greatness. And then if you get that close to chasing greatness, that's the point of chasing it, so you can surpass it.
Shout out.
And some of the people have never played basketball. So, if you've been in the backyard and you and a couple of your homies have been playing 21 and you got 19,
21.
You're not going to get an easy look off. And they're going to talk about the free throws. It's not like I shoot 15 free throws a game. It's not like I average 10 free throws a game. You can watch the film. I was legitimately getting fouled every time. So I went to the free throw line.
We live in such a damn hater society, bro.
Yeah, man.
What
Man,
is
hooping, man.
going- You want the one? There's the one where Eric Spoelstra talks about the Lakers, and the one where he talks about Bam. Which one do you want?
The one that's where he's got the full podium up there. The one that says Spoelstra
Gotcha.
too.
All
To
right.
piggyback just a little bit, people were just, the one word that was kind of getting thrown around was just like the ethics and ethical and stuff like that. This was ethical. Is that sort of disappointing to see when you have a player that, Yeah.
I'm not losing any sleep over what other people are saying about it. What's ethical, what's not? Is fouling a three-point shooter, is that ethical or not? Is it fouling a bad free throw shooter and getting extra possessions, or not? All this stuff happened under 2 minutes. Like I said, he had already broken a bunch of records, and we're going to go for it. It was just an amazing moment, to be a part of that. And I would do it 10 times out of 10 again for Bam. I'm apologizing to nobody about this. I feel just so awesome, for Bam, because he is about all the right things, and already in our walkthrough he's talking about the defense, and we got to bring our defense, ready to rock tonight. But as a leader, the other night, to set the tone for that game, which like I said, those can be tricky games. I thought that was leadership personified, and then it just went on steroids, from there, and it just became a snowball rolling down a hill. So those last 2 minutes, I think most of the people that probably made comments, they didn't watch the game. That's irresponsible or unethical. Right? You don't even understand the context of the game. It was a 13-point game. I remember going back to the huddle after I called the timeout, and Quinny said, hey, we got to win this game. We're chasing something, and that's great, but we got to win this game. It was a 13-point game, with 9 and change to go. And then, bang, we had 3 straight threes. Simo, Drew, and Bam. And then his total kept on going up, but everything was, I would say fairly conventional, if you want to say that, until those final 2 minutes. And then we have the autonomy to do whatever we want in those 2 minutes, whether people think it's pure or ethical or not. What a spectacular moment for Bam and his franchise and the city. I can't wait, to see what it's like out in this bowl tonight.
Wow.
I'll say this real quick, man. I like what he said just then. I thought that shit was real as hell. They acting like this man had 20 points in the fourth quarter. The man had 45 at the half, bro. You knew he was about to have. You knew that having a crazy night was in play, bro. You know what I mean? And there's another video where he talked about how good of a guy Bam is, things he's done for charity, how big he's been to the organization, all these type of things. You're talking about a guy who came in is just being a guy that was heralded for defense and athleticism. And he worked on his game, developed a mid-range shot. I remember when he first started hitting the mid-range, people were like, oh, man, Bam's going to be just because he could hit the midi. Then he stepped out to the 3. He's been dribbling the ball, all these type of things. His game has developed, gone to the next level. And they said, man, we saw he was going off. He was like, go, man, just go. And for a night like that to happen, so many things have to go right, man. You have to be having a good game. You have to be playing the right team. Your coach has to be okay and say, I want to see that particular guy do that. And the teammates have to say, I want him to go do that as well, bro. And all those things happened that night, and he did it. And I guarantee you by Monday, nobody's going to give a shit. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a stupid conversation, bro. All this unethical stuff. But I got a last piece of unethical basketball, Kenny Stubblefield. Luka Doncic. How dare you, man, disrespect Devin Booker? I don't know who you disrespected, man.
Everybody. He's disrespecting everybody.
Everybody. Black basketball, man. Most points by a white.
How dare you?
By a white dude. And since you made up a record for Kobe, man, you know what I'm saying? How dare you, man? The Luka dropped 50. Ironically, the Lakers are on a 4-game winning streak since LeBron has been out. So it's kind of unfortunate, man, how this whole thing is going to LA. But fuck them, because that team still ain't good. They're gonna be ass next year.
Now DeAndre Ayton's had 2 good games, and they're like, the Lakers, they're a threat in the Western Conference because DeAndre Ayton.
Fuck them, man. Fuck them. Well, Kenny, we about to slide about this joint, man. I've had my fill of unethical basketball, man, this week, man. I had enough. Hope you guys, man, like I said, positive thoughts out for me and my family and our organization, Memphis Magic Volleyball Institute. Monday, we are having our first free volleyball clinic. Visit our website for everything you need, whether you want to volunteer, whether you want to have a young lady participate in one of our camps. It's MemphisMagicVBI.org is the website. Go check that out, MemphisMagicVBI.org. Yeah, man, all the information you need is there. I'm not done with the website. I got to keep building on that joint. Can't donate yet, though. That's coming very soon as well. Also, look out for Magic Mondays, which is about to be a thing. We're about to start that very soon, which is basically where we drop a stimulus on different businesses in the city, promoting different businesses that are a part of our network for Memphis Magic, and we'll get a kickback for those things. If your business organization, it does not have to be a restaurant. It can be any type of business you have, anything. If you're interested in being a part of that, let's talk business. Hit me up. You can hit me up. Y'all know how to get in touch with me, man. Y'all know what's up. Well, for Kenny Stubblefield, this is Anthony Sain. We'll see y'all Monday, man, and we out.
Thank you for listening to The Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to the Bluff City Media YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.